Episode 3815, Celebrate Today's Joys.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope your week is off to a fabulous start. Maybe your team won for Monday Night Football, maybe not, but you know what? Today is Inspiration Motivation Day, so it doesn't matter what the score is in your life. Celebrate today's joys. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter. The Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. You know, too often we let the shadow of what might happen tomorrow steal the sunshine of today. Fear of the unknown, worries about future setbacks, what's not working, the failures, or even the anxieties over what ifs take up residence in our minds. It's like you're paying rent to something negative. And in doing so, they rob us of moments we're celebrating right now. So celebrate today's joys. Because life isn't waiting. You don't get a replay of today's joy tomorrow. If you don't celebrate the wins you have today, you're losing ground. And a lot of times we give it up. We give up control to whom? Social media, number one. Maybe to all the responsibilities. Now, some of them we can't escape. If you've got kids, you cannot escape that responsibility. You just can't. If you are married, you can't say, today I don't feel like being married. Good luck, but today I'm going to pretend I'm single. It doesn't work that way, does it? Some of the things we can't escape, we have to still understand these are our responsibilities. But for the most part, fear is a natural reaction. But it can squash and quiet our joys. Now, when we look at fear itself, it's a survival mechanism programmed into us to anticipate and avoid danger. But when fear anchors you in, what if this goes wrong? I'm not sure about this. It becomes an excuse to delay gratitude. It becomes that excuse to delay celebration or even progress. It's a trap. And your business, your life, your mindset, even your happiness pay the price. So how do you break out of this fear loop and start celebrating the moments you've been given? Because there are new mercies every day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You may not like what's coming at you, but that doesn't mean you get to give up and say, you know what, I'm just not feeling it today. Really? That's an excuse. That's a choice. You get to choose. And let me tell you, if you're one who says, I am a believer, I'm all in, God's got me, then guess what? It's not about happiness. It's about joy. The joy that only He can bring to your life. Most of the time, that void you're feeling has nothing to do with what you are or are not doing here on earth. It's where you're putting all your energy. And you're sitting here trying to control things you can't. But if you always look to God, regardless of your circumstances, then you can celebrate today's joys. So start simple. Acknowledge the wins, however small. Maybe it's the client who said yes. You're like, yeah, finally my portfolio is growing. Maybe it's the post that got engagement. I don't care if you're doing a marketing post or if you're doing a family post, but it got engagement. And you're like, this is fun. This is fun again. I feel alive. The morning you woke up without hitting snooze once. Wow, you have energy that you didn't think you had when you went to bed the night before. These are not trivial. They are proof you're moving forward. So shift your mindset from waiting for the perfect moment to creating moments with totally worth savoring now. No business success, no breakthrough, no major payday comes without a trail of small victories. Celebrate those moments as milestones, not just stepping stones. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. And those miles of greatness are only going to be able to be seen if you look through the lens of celebrating today's joys. And let me remind you, If you catch yourself stuck thinking about all the things that might fall apart, it can't happen. I failed so many times. It's just not going to work. Interrupt that thought with a question. What good is a worry if I'm missing the joy that's here? You find what you look for. You're only going to see it. So if you keep looking for the darkness, the dreariness, the despair, that's where you're going to hang out. You're always going to be disappointed. But if you look for the joy, you look at the blessings, and it may just be very little. Maybe for you, you sat down and you got to pay 3 bills. And some people are like, Christiane, what does bills have to do with joy? Were you able to pay those bills? Then that is joy. I know when I sit down to pay my bills, I don't necessarily say, yay, I get to pay bills, and especially taxes, right? Whoever wants to pay taxes, but we need to. That's a responsibility as a citizen. And when we do that, it should ignite our joy. Why? Because we have the capability to do it. But if you keep worrying and you stay stuck, worry doesn't build your life. It only distracts from action. Celebrate today's joys. And this is the thing. I want you to celebrate in a fashion that's non-negotiable. Because when you do that, it trains your brain to notice progress instead of setbacks. That's saying you will find what you search for. You will see what you seek. It builds momentum through positive reinforcement, and it fuels motivation to take the next bold step. You got this. One step at a time leads to miles and miles and miles of greatness. And when you celebrate and you make it a non-negotiable in your life, it cultivates resilience so fear loses its grip. The bottom line, life is happening right now. It's going to be messy, it's unpredictable, and it's imperfect. Waiting for fear to disappear before you celebrate, well, that's one of the quickest ways to stay stuck. You can do that, but let me tell you, go back to the disappointment, go back to the despair, maybe even a little bit of depression sprinkled around there. But you don't need that. And I know deep down you don't want that. So celebrate today's joys because you deserve to feel success now. And success, I'm not saying that your bank account shows something. I'm talking about success within your heart. There's many, many ways to measure success. And the first one, in my opinion, comes from the inside out. Where's your heart today? Celebrate because it strengthens your courage to face tomorrow's challenges. Celebrate because joy is a muscle, but you have to use it to grow it. Don't let fear steal the glory now. Own your wins, soak up the good, and keep moving forward. And when you do, you're not just surviving, you're building the confident, unstoppable foundation and honoring who you are becoming in life, where God has you. You need to look at where you are and who you are becoming. So come on, find one thing to celebrate today and go create your now. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Hey, have a glorious day. Make it inspirational. And you know what? Even the Vikings can come back and beat the Bears. Oh, just saying. Check it out. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life, and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.